Hi, I'm Rick Levine, astrologer for Tarot.com, here to talk with you about the moon in Cancer. Well, let's first talk about the moon in general, because the moon is the fastest moving of all the things up there. We call it a planet. It's actually the moon. The fact is that the moon moves through all 12 signs of the zodiac once a month, and that means that the moon spends about 2.25 days in each sign. In astrology, every planet relates to a sign and every sign relates to a planet. And the moon actually relates to the sign of Cancer. If you were born with the moon in Cancer, this is a special blessing, and I want to say special blessing / curse, but it's not really a curse. It's just that the moon in Cancer feels particularly strong. So the feelings can be very powerful, but they may or may not come to the surface. And this is at once the strength and the weakness of the Cancer moon, because the Cancer moon can be very moody. It can be even passive aggressive because it doesn't necessarily express what it is that it's feeling. Cancer is also the sign of the mothering, nurturing energy that wants to care for everyone as if everyone was one of your children. Because the moon is always changing signs, regardless of what sun sign you are, regardless of where the moon was in your chart when you were born, for a few days every month, everyone has a little bit of that Cancerian urge. And so when the moon is transiting through the sign of Cancer, we all feel a little bit more tender. Now, tender is an interesting thing because on one hand, if your child or parent or lover is tender, that can be very sweet. But if you're going out into the real world and you feel tender, that can feel a bit dangerous. We can feel more vulnerable than we do at other times during the month, which means that we may put up stronger walls. We all tend to become a little bit more protective of not only ourselves, but of those we love, and yet we also become more nurturing and caring. Now, as the moon moves through the signs throughout the month and throughout the year, if the Cancer moon lines up with the Cancer sun sometime in early summer, this is a very special seed period, because the new moon is about new growth. It's about a new cycle, and yet Cancer holds that energy in and protects it. So here we're talking about planting the seed that is guarded and protected from the outer world. The seed of intention that we sow in some way is not necessarily for general announcement. Everyone doesn't know about it. It's something that we hold in close. In the beginning of winter, when the sun is in the sign of Capricorn, we have the full moon in Cancer. Now, Capricorn is about the outer energy. It's about mastery of the outer world. So the moon in Cancer, in a way, counterbalances that energy. The full moon in Cancer brings to fruition those things that we held and protected back in the summer. And now we're bringing them to fruition in the outer world, and we're actually creating some sense of how we can take our own individual feelings and work with them in the outer world as we strive to climb the ladder of success, because the internal Cancerian energy is brought out into the open. For Tarot.com, I'm Rick Levine.